What's good, everybody? It's your boy JTL, aka Big Op, out from the North 18, back with another one. So, shout out to the brother Anton Daniels. Uh, Shout out Island Girl Q. Shout out to everybody on the panel. This gonna be a good conversation because y'all see the title. Some black females talk bad on black men, but don't want us to do it. There's different things they're gonna cover on this, but I definitely want to get into it. But before I get started, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. So let's get into it.
When I know that there are a lot of women who aren't experiencing these things with black
men. Jazz. You're forgetting the fact that two things can be true at the same time. So let me speak to what you just said, right? Again, you're not speaking to a person that's bitter because I'm very much happy with who it is that I'm with, right? And the experiences that I've had with women. More importantly, though, there is a messed up cultural problem with black men too, and that's why.
Real quick, I'm glad Anton said that. You're speaking to somebody who's not bitter and happy with the woman you with, because they would want to take away from what he's saying, even though he's saying some real shit. Because he's happily married, he's doing well financially, and he's blessed and fortunate to come from the family he come from. But they don't want him or any other person, especially a man, to take away from their personal experiences because it's bad. You want to be heard. But let's get back to what he's saying. There are some things culturally in the West, especially going on with men too. Let's go there.
Well, I say that I'm an equal accountability smoke giver because I call them out in the same way. And I say, yo, y'all fucked up. And the shit that y'all embrace and what y'all created and so on and so forth. And so three things can be true at the same time. Three things can be true at the same time in the entire culture by which we exist, including Western culture, including the thing that men have. Listen, the only difference is that men understand that when we fail, society holds us accountable, and that's going to be the end of the conversation. That's the only difference between the experiences between men, black men specifically, black women, and then culturally, right? That's the only difference. Western culture. We held accountable by default. And that's what gives us the leg up in this conversation a lot of times when we have in this conversation with women, because we know and we've experienced the no safety net. What y'all are doing, and the reason why a lot of times, and again, we speak to the majority, not all women or all men, but we got to speak to the majority. The problem is that y'all refuse to acknowledge, and yet y'all not getting the results as a whole.
Yeah, real quick, that's some real shit, because me in my own personal life, all the men around me, that's some real shit. By default, especially since men are the big bad boogeyman, we're going to get held accountable by default. We're going to take that blame that it's us. So I see men all the time rethinking things about how to move, especially when it comes to dealing with females. Females will say they get held accountable all the time because they get the kids. You don't have to have the kids. So when females say that, you actually just making up excuses, bro. That's not accountability because you don't have to keep your kids. You put your kids up for adoption, drop them off at a fire station, and still not get put on child support, still not get held accountable the way men get held accountable. Woman can delete their kids and it's fine. Now we know the Most High gonna hold y'all accountable, but for instance, on what's going on in this world, y'all don't. And that's the sad part. You keep talking about men get held more accountable. That's your feelings. Because if men go to jail more than y'all and prison, men get deleted more than y'all, men get hurt more than y'all, men lose their job more than y'all, men delete themselves more than. What else do you want a man to happen to a man? You sound like St. Louis off Players Club. You telling the government, I want you to do something to make me feel good in this moment. That's the problem. But I digress. Let's get back to it.
When we have these conversations, we use our anecdotal experiences in order to qualify what we're saying. But as a whole, y'all are losing. And so if the entire culture is losing, then that means that the first way that you solve it is that you got to acknowledge that you got a problem. And acknowledging that you got a problem does not mean that you throwing women under the bus. It means that you holding them accountable because you want better. The problem is that we got people paying.
Runes loads a complete serving of fruits, veggies,
Y'all please excuse that, but like he said, it's a problem.
And oh no, it's not all black women. Yes, it's a cultural problem. It is. And if you want to solve for a problem, you got to solve for the majority, not the minority.
So is the solution of that problem to date outside your race while saying how all black women ain't shit? Is that the solution?
But I don't hear guys saying all black.
Yeah, let's deal with that real quick. Anton gonna talk to it, but let's deal with that real quick. That ain't the thing. These passport bros are talking about culturally. And guess what? The passport bros are leaving also white women in America, Asian women in America, Hispanic women in America, Indian women in America, Arabic women in America. Like, when they talking about leaving America, they're not just talking about black women. Y'all got to get over yourselves. For the females that feel some type of way, y'all got to get over yourselves. Because if that's the case, they would be talking like the other black men, which is a minority, that actually do crap on black females. And then they would just date outside the race and stay here. Passport bros ain't saying that. Come on now.
Black women ain't shit. That's the problem with the statement. I think that people can have preferences, but at the same time, nobody is saying all black women ain't shit. I personally don't hear people saying that at large. I don't hear them say.
So I got that part, but my thing is, if we know that's not the case, why is that always the focus?
The majority of it is the case.
No, but it's not though.
Women ain't shit. Listen, Jazz.
The majority of black people are not. Like,
Okay,
come on, now we gotta give ourselves.
Let me ask you a question, Jazz. Are you telling me you're not hard pressed to go outside and let's say you dating a woman that's over 30 years old, that the majority of the women that's in the dating pool are single baby mamas? You telling me that that's not true?
Wait, running back. You said
if you go outside and you dealing with a woman that's over 30 years old and she in the dating pool, you telling me that it's not a strong possibility that more often than not she's a single mother?
Maybe. I don't know, because I mean, here's the thing. Like, when I look at my friends, they're all over 30, majority, and they're single. A majority of them do not have kids. I don't have kids. God. I have one friend who's my best friend. She has 2 kids from a marriage. She's going through divorce now. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, but that's neither here nor there. So it's like, I can't really say that. I know that baby mothers exist. I know that they're there.
Listen. That's fair. No. Hold on. That's fair. Because I asked you about your own anecdotal experiences, and that's not what your experience is. That's fair. I rock with that.
But see, the problem with that, Anton ain't try to, really battle with it. But the problem is, he didn't sit to what he was saying. She still didn't get it. He's basically talking about as a man. So going anecdotal, she's trying to go anecdotal in her personal life. She's going out to people she know. But if she was a man out there in the real world, it wouldn't be that same thing. Because a man, if you got all these women around you, it's not going to be the same thing where you're dating all these women around you, because these might be family, friends, and family. So you can't ask her that, because she's not going to be able to answer it honestly without being biased.
That's fair. I don't have a problem with that, because I asked you specifically about your own personal experiences.
But do you guys feel the way when women come out and say, oh, ain't all these men ain't shit? All these men ain't no good. They all broke. I don't like that either. Like, okay, girl, if you want to date a white man, go date a white man. If you want to date a woman, go ahead and date.
Can't get one.
Just don't knock the opposite person. And that's what I'm saying. Man, if you want to go date Chinese, Asian, white, whatever, do that. But don't knock other races in the mix. Like, I just don't do that.
That's called a tone police.
It's not tone police. Like,
it is.
You're so interested in white people, go ahead, move along. Like, I'm like too. So I'm like, I just don't like the whole bashing. Like, okay, like, it comes from women too.
I don't think we look at it like y'all. Because if y'all say I couldn't find a black man to provide for me and do this, and he pop up with a white dude, I don't look at that as bashing. I look at what you told me.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You probably couldn't find a black man to provide for you.
Real quick, let me respond to what 2K is saying. This is the thing. majority of black men who you hear their opinion on will say the same thing 2K is saying. They won't get offended by it. In fact, they would stand up and stand by those black females' side for them saying that. This is what people don't realize. This is a minority. This is truly a minority. Black men that go out and date outside their race, everybody going off on them, men and women. So it ain't the fact that women are saying something, it's the fact that men on their side are saying it and agreeing with them. Whether they blue pill or trying to get in they box or whatever you want to say. He right. 2K is right.
No, if I said, nah, man, black men ain't shit. Y'all know for good daddies, y'all mamas wasn't shit. That's why you never gonna be shit. And I'm gonna go ahead and date Tom. That's bashing. Why do I need to bash black men?
Listen, I know enough black men. I know enough black men to believe what you saying is true, and I know enough black men to believe what you saying is not true.
Exactly.
So it really don't matter because that's just your experience. I don't care who you, as long as you happy. I don't give a fuck if he Chinese, purple, or alien.
Okay.
I don't care. You didn't bash black men. You bashed the dudes who you talked about.
No, but if we're talking about these are the majority of men. Black.
Yeah, Q saying some real ish. You know what I'm saying? Get back to it. I don't know what's up about it.
That's not the men I just dealt with. That's black men, meaning probably majority. That's not true. A lot of people take stuff personal and they talk basically from their experience. They're talking based on, they see a couple men that ain't shit. They talking about their baby daddies. They talking about their daddy that wasn't in their picture. But there are good men, just like there are good women. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm not about this. Just like there's horrible white women, horrible Mexicans, Asians, users. I just like women don't need to be taking it that far. And I think the same.
Because I was just gonna say, like, your viewpoint is, all these black women over here are like this, so I'm gonna go over here to these women. Meanwhile, that culture of women, or in that culture, there's men saying their women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a perspective thing. And like you said, you shouldn't have to put down someone else. What's that?
All right, so I'm about to end it here, but let me say this. All right, I get what Q's saying. But the problem is, because you got Jazz jumping in and saying that, but she's not listening to the part where Q said, why y'all females, black females as well, got to do that same bullshit. So let me intercept, and say what I got to say right here. They will say, why the black man that passport bros got to say that and bashing. The issue with that is, when there's not black man bashing, they still do that. Give y'all a perfect example real quick. Alfonso Roberto. So for anybody who don't know who that is, that's the brother that played Carlton on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You have never heard him say anything disrespectful about black females, black women, nothing. Matter of fact, me and I can see everybody else did not know he was married to a white woman for years. And his oldest child probably like mid-teens. None of us knew that. But once we found it out, man, people that was going off on, it was some, simping black men, black males. But for the most part, it was black females going off on them. This man had never disrespected black females, period. You can still see this man doing interviews on black shows. Always being respectful, still kind, genuine, good brother. But just because he married to a white woman, he ain't shit. For all the years we have known black females, I always said he's most likely gonna marry a white woman. They seen who his character was and went off of that. I seen in personal life, not personal life, but his interviews and stuff when I was younger, and be like, he probably gonna marry a white woman. But it didn't bother me because I'm sorry, ladies, but I know how a lot of y'all are. As soon as you see a black man that talk proper, shirt tucked in always, wearing khakis and penny loafers, you not messing with him. Now, and I ain't gonna say act like there ain't no black females. They ain't, the reverse same. But it's just too many of them. And I ain't talking about ratchet hood black chicks. I'm talking about regular runaway black women. Yeah, he gonna do that. But then when you see him do it, you shit on him. So I get what Q's saying, but Jazz ain't get it. It is what it is. We just gonna keep having these discussions, keep having these problems. And sadly, we not looking into the mirror and taking accountability for ourselves. Because if you believe in the Most High like I do, that's the main one that you have to worry about. His son, Yahweh and Yahshua. That's what we got to worry about. Stop trying to trash everybody else. If you ain't that good of a decent person, you talking trash about everybody else versus being balanced and, you know, fair what you're saying. Because I try to do that. I ain't perfect, but I try to do that. Till we get more people doing that, where we, like I said, destroy and rebuild, where we trying to actually care about our community versus ping policing and CUDA policing. It's gonna always stay like this. What right do we really have to say who can be with who and all of that? I get that, you know, I ain't cool with the bashing, because I always say that. If you want to date outside your race, go ahead. You ain't got to bash and disrespect. But I can understand somebody ask somebody a question, you know what I'm saying, versus somebody who's just giving their opinion. Nobody asks you shit. Nobody care. And you just going off. All right? This is your boy JTL, a.k.a. Big Op, out from the North 18. Be back with another one. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.